Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl the Dana Elizabeth, and today I'm going to be giving you a lot of information and tips on hitting your protein goal, planning your meals out to hit your protein goal, and my favorite sources of protein when it comes to planning to hit my protein goal. I hope y'all get the gist. And I just want to give y'all a couple of quick tips because I know just from working with clients and me starting my journey, hitting protein is very, very difficult. It's difficult, yet very important when it comes to losing weight. So I'm finna give y'all the real deal spiel. So go ahead, get you out some pen and paper. Get ready to start your grocery order so you can start hitting your protein goal today. Step 1, if you have not already figured out what your caloric deficit is, that is the first step that you need to take. You need to know what's your caloric deficit and you need to know what's your macros. So if you haven't already, I made a video on how to calculate your macros and calculate your caloric deficit. So I would definitely go check that out before you deep dive into this video. And I also will be leaving a link below for you to get a customized nutrition plan giving you your caloric deficit as well as your macros. So now, finding the app that you track with will be number 2. So the app that I have been using is MyFitnessPal. So I have slightly adjusted my macros. So my daily goal for protein is 170 grams of protein. So, which is pretty difficult to hit. But I have found my ways of making sure that I eat what I like and hit my protein goal at the same time. If you haven't watched my last video on how to stay consistent with being on a weight loss journey, one of the tips that I mentioned is to always plan ahead. It is super duper important that you plan ahead when it comes to eating and, of course, hitting your protein goal, because that's not just something that you could just hit with ease. Because I know me, I have to plan. The best approach to take is to figure out how you can evenly divide that protein goal up into a couple of meals. So me, usually, I know that I don't have a lot of time to eat during the day, so I try to divide my protein up in bulks between 3 meals of the day and make sure that my snack picks up the slack. Make your meals super duper simple. When it comes to breakfast, I'm always either eating a regular egg, and mixing it with egg whites. That way you get double the protein. Throw in some turkey bacon, throw in some oatmeal with some protein in it. If I have 170 grams of protein, what I'm going to do is, if you take 170 grams of protein, divided by 3 meals, that means in a gist, each meal should include about 56 grams of protein, which is a lot, I know. So, next tip. Lean sources of protein will be your go-to. My go-tos are eggs, regular eggs, egg whites, chicken breast, shrimp, fish, boneless chicken thighs. They are kind of high in fat, but they still give you a significant amount of protein. Greek yogurt and protein shakes. Literally, those 8 things you literally need to have at your convenience all throughout the day. Like, make those the bulk of you hitting your protein goal. So when it comes to different things like trying to find meals to work, what I do is I make the bulk of the meal be protein. So say for instance, for breakfast, my typical breakfast is maybe a regular egg with egg whites, and I'll probably do 6 ounces of egg whites, add the extra egg in that'll help you boost your fat goal a little bit more, and then I add some turkey bacon to it. So that's basically the base of my breakfast. And then I always have something extra on the side. So something extra on the side might be a protein waffle. Protein waffle, 190 calories, 14 grams of protein on top of the protein that you already get from the eggs, the egg whites, and the turkey bacon. Or if you're not doing a waffle, protein oatmeal. So I'm not really big on protein oatmeal, so I have found an alternative of me just using regular oats, adding Greek yogurt, which is very, very high in protein. You could go with Chobani, you could go with Too Good, you could go with Oracles, I hope that's how you say it. And find you, Dan and Light and Fit, find you a Greek yogurt that you like. You can make it plain. I typically go for either plain, vanilla, or a flavor, blueberry or mixed berry, something like that, that'll give you a good flavor. That way you could get the protein and be satisfied with what you're eating. So I'll take some regular oatmeal, add some protein yogurt into it, some protein yogurt, some Greek yogurt, y'all, peanut butter, add some honey, and then that's probably like a little bit over like 300 calories plus the breakfast. Egg whites in the egg, 75 calories for 6 ounces, 70 calories for 1 ounce. So you already looking about like 500 calories for their breakfast. Of course, you can always break this down. You can always break this down so that it fits into your calories. But if you're a person that does not have a big appetite and does not have a lot of time to eat, you want to try to shoot for big meals with big bulks of protein at one time at the day, just because sometimes we have to make those type of sacrifices when you're trying to hit your goal. So I have typically been meal prepping. So when I get ready to meal prep my lunch and my dinner, same thing. Ground turkey is another good one, y'all. I have been using ground turkey, and I do it in my turkey chili. If you take like a wolf can of chili, turkey chili, it's about 390 calories. It's 32 grams of protein. You could use that as a base of your turkey chili, and then take some extra lean ground turkey, y'all. Extra lean ground turkey. It's 120 calories per 4 ounces, and you get 26 grams of protein per serving. So that's easy protein, y'all. Like, always finding an extra lean source of protein and matching it with a carb. So my typical go-to carb is white rice. I always will go for white rice, or you could go for golden potatoes. You could go for sweet potatoes. All of those things you can match up with that and mix it and combine. So usually if I do chicken breast, I'll do between 6 to 8 ounces. So like I say, making sure the bulk of your plate is protein. 6 to 8 ounces. When I make shrimp fried rice, my famous shrimp fried rice, I put 10 ounces of shrimp in my shrimp fried rice. That's about 260 calories, but it's like 50 to 60 grams of protein in one sitting. Just in case I missed out on hitting that protein earlier in the day. 60 grams of protein, and then I add white rice. If I'm already low on my carbs, I probably add only like 3 ounces of white rice, because you really don't need that much rice. And then if I need extra protein, I either add a regular egg, or if I really need more than that, I will do egg whites, because egg whites is just literally pure protein. The regular egg have cholesterol in it. It's higher in calorie and it's higher in fat. So you just kind of decide what works. Another tip is to not be lazy when it comes to figuring out what works for your macros. Everyone's macros are different. So when I'm tracking and logging my calories, what I eat in a day works for my macros, but what you eat in a day may not work for your macros. So it's also very important that you take the ideas that I'm giving you and you literally try to implement it into your macros. Literally take your time when it's time to plan for your meals. So I'm going to walk y'all through me planning my meals for a day with trying to hit my protein goal. So here we go. Before we start, 1,940 calories for the day. My protein goal is 170 grams. My fat is 60 grams, and I have a goal of 180 carbs. So this literally varies. Like on my leg days, I eat more carbs, and I leave about 120 calories left in the tank when it's not my leg day. So I have been alternating, which is very complicated. Don't think too hard about it. But so breakfast. Let me tell y'all what I would typically go for. So typically, if I'm going for breakfast, I'm going to make sure it has a lot of protein, because breakfast is my most important meal of the day. If I have a good breakfast, a well-balanced breakfast, I will literally not be hungry for a long period of time. So what I'm going to go with is, I'm going to tell y'all what I logged for today. So I use a regular egg, check. And I want y'all to pull out your MyFitnessPal and try to log this with me so you can see how it works in your macros. So I take a regular egg, check, and then I take egg whites, and it depending on how I usually go for 6 ounces. Y'all know I'm a freak of weighing my stuff in ounces. I usually go for 6 ounces, and that will give me 15 grams of protein. So boom, after I added the egg and the egg whites, I'm at 146 calories, and I have 21 grams of protein. All right, check. So now that leaves me with 149 grams of protein left. So now we're going to add my favorite. I'm going to add some maple and brown sugar, steel cut, better or oats. I'll be putting the pictures of this stuff on the side. And then that gets me to 316 calories, 31 grams of protein. All right, so your girl doing good. I'm at 30 grams of carbs. I'm at 29.9 grams of carbs, 7.3 grams of fat. All right, so I hope y'all still follow me. Still make sure you logging it. Try it out so you can see. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add some turkey bacon. Usually, I use the microwave bacon. And when you're doing the microwave bacon, you could get like 4 slices for 80 calories. So, boom. I'm going to add that 4 slices for 80 calories. And now I am at 396 calories 43.3 grams of protein. So now we're looking good. So I have 148 grams of carb left, 50 grams of fat left, and 127 grams of protein. 1,544 calories left after I added that. So boom, that's enough for breakfast, y'all. That's enough for breakfast. I'm gonna try to put the screenshot on here so that it don't look too blurry. So that's enough for breakfast, y'all. Next, we're gonna get ready for lunch. So since I have meal prep, y'all, I already kind of have meals already pre-prepped, as I talked before. So the meals that I prepped this week is baked chicken tenders, baked boneless chicken breast tenders, white rice, and I did some ground turkey with turkey and peppers. I'm talking about with turkey and peppers. Ground turkey, and I added some peppers and onions on top of white rice. I made it simple dimple because when it get time to eat, I like to add different stuff in it. So I already have that prep, so I don't have to think too hard about it. So when it comes to the, let me tell y'all, this is a sidebar. So yesterday I planned to eat the chicken and rice with some teriyaki sauce, but I ran out of teriyaki sauce, right? So this is what your girl did. Some nasty stuff, but it came out so good. I took some General Tso's sauce. 1 serving was 20 calories. I took some Dijon mustard, 0 calories. So I put that in there, and I tasted it. I was like, ugh, this not it. Then this what did it, y'all. I took some honey and I put it in there as well. Weighed the honey, added that in there, and then I also had put avocado in it, so it made it super duper creamy, y'all. Super duper good. So the point that I'm trying to make is you can make some basic meal prep and then add different stuff into it as long as it fits in your macros to make it taste even better. So for today, your girl is going to be doing that again. So each meal that I made has about 6 to 8 ounces of chicken breast in it. But if you watch one of my previous videos, I showed you guys how to make a recipe, because it's always important to weigh your food before you cook it, because when you cook it, it loses a lot of water and then the calorie amount does change. So what I do is I took all the chicken tenders, put it in a bowl, weighed it before I cooked it, and then once they were cooked, I put them all back into the bowl, weighed it again, and then evenly divided up into how many meals that I was going to make. So I was going to make 4 meals, which means I already made the, let's let it focus. I already made the recipe for it. So 1 serving of the baked chicken tenders will be 192 calories, 45.5 grams of protein. Chick. Right now, with only 192 calories, I get 45 grams of protein. And that goes back to me saying finding those extra lean sources of protein. Like chicken breast will always be your go-to. I do not recommend air frying it because I have not mastered air frying it to make it taste good. But I have put it in the oven, and y'all, all week it has tasted amazing. And I'm pretty sure one of y'all recommended that to me. So whoever recommended that, thank you. I appreciate you, girl. So next, each bowl had white rice, which was, I put about 3.5 ounces of white rice. Boom. Add that in there. Now we have 284. So if I add the General Tso's sauce, which was, I said, was 20 calories, add that as well. And then I add the Dijon, really don't have to add the Dijon mustard because it's 0 calories. And then add the avocado. I'm going to put about 1.5, 1.8, and you always want to leave leeway just in case you have to go back and adjust some stuff. So once you add in everything that you want for the day, you might have a little bit of protein left over, you might have a little bit of fat left over, and then all you have to do is go back to the drawing board and literally just change the measurements of each thing to make it work. So boom. That's lunch. Lunch, 385 calories, 48 grams of protein. So now your girl has 1,158 calories left over, less than 80 grams of protein left over. Now we're working with something. All right, dinner time. So typically I will be feeling breakfast. So if I'm not feeling breakfast, another thing that I try is, I know y'all see me eat these all the time. I did the egg white, HEB has an egg white bowl. It's egg whites, turkey bacon, roasted peppers and onions, and some Swiss cheese. So I tried that with the turkey. So I'm going to add the turkey meal. Go to your recipes, turkey and peppers. 1 serving of the recipe that I made with the turkey and peppers is 135 calories, and you get 26 grams of protein. Perfect. Still getting a lot of protein with less calories. Like literally, that's the goal. So then I'm going to add the egg white bowl to that. Boom. And that gets me to 295 calories, 43.5 grams of protein. Right? And then the next thing I'm going to do is for my snack. So right there, y'all, I have 35 grams of protein left over, 863 calories. Like, you can literally do so much with that. Last but not least, just so that I can ensure that I hit my protein goal, I'm going to add a protein shake. Boom. My favorite, Fairlife, 150 calories, 30 grams of protein. Add that. I have 5 grams of protein left. So right now, y'all, I have literally just hit my protein goal. I have 713 calories left over. So literally everything else that's left over can be for snacks, can be for bagels. It could be for something high carb. I got 103 grams of carb left over. It could be literally anything I want. It could be dessert. As long as I hit my protein goal, I got 31 grams of fat, which I'm going to maneuver to make sure I hit that as well, like with peanut butter. You can add, if you want to hit your fat goal, you can add salmon, because salmon is high in protein and also high in fat. And that's pretty much how I plan it out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish logging for the rest of the day to show y'all what else. So for my snacks, especially on the leg day, I'm going to go for a bagel, which is 260 calories, 52 grams of protein. So I always suggest that when you get into adding your snacks and stuff that are super duper high in carbs, make sure you add those after you have logged everything to make sure that you ensure that you are hitting your protein goal. Because with a bagel, you still get 8 grams of protein, but you still want to make sure that that is extra. You want to make sure that the bulk and everything that you log first is getting you towards your protein goal. So once I do the pre-sized bagel, I like to mix peanut butter and cream cheese together. Those are 2 ingredients that are very, very high in fat. And like I said, I have 31 grams of fat left over, so I have to hit that as well. So I'm going to add cream cheese, check, about 14 grams. Remember, those measurements can change based on what you need to hit. I'm going to add cream cheese and I'm going to add some peanut butter because your girl been eating that and I have ate that for like the past 5-6 days, y'all, and it's so good. Boom. So now after adding that, my snacks are about 551 calories with the protein shake included, and I have 17 grams of fat left over. Alright, so once I add that, then we're going to add some Greek yogurt, which is way over my protein goal. So if I wanted to go back and adjust to where I'm not eating extra protein, that's cool too, but you can really never have enough protein. Just saying. Like, you really just can't. Especially when you're trying to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, you essentially want to be kind of eating your body weight in protein. Period, y'all, period. So I add some Greek yogurt, 4 ounces of the Too Good vanilla yogurt, 9 grams of protein. Boom. So now we got 251 calories left over, 15 grams of fat, which is pretty difficult to hit as well. But all you have to do is go back and maneuver. Add more avocado here. Take away some protein here because I'm already over 17 grams of protein. So taking some protein away from here, adding more fat in this area. But like I said, once you get the hang of doing this and being consistent with it, taking a time out, like I said, this takes time. I've been logging for a long time, so logging this is pretty quick and easy. I know exactly what I can eat to make sure that I'm hitting everything. But when you are a beginner and you just get into it, it literally takes time and it takes consistency to get to a point where you could just wake up, do it the night before, wake up and just go with the flow. So like I said, my main tips, let's go through it again because I know this video was long. My main tips was to make sure that you do extra lean sources of protein. 1, plan ahead to hit your protein goal. And when tracking, always add your protein first and then go back and add all your extra carbs and your fat. Make sure and ensure that you are hitting your protein goal first. And then, of course, things like carbs and some things, oatmeal, all those things add together to get those last little protein grams that you need. Make that work as well. So, with that being said, I know this video was long, y'all, but I needed to give y'all all the information y'all needed to succeed with hitting your protein goal because, like I say, protein is very, very important within this weight loss process, so you don't want to skip over it. Now, for my vegans and my vegetarians, that's a whole nother story because when I went pescatarian, y'all, it was so hard to hit my protein goal. So that's really why I stopped, because I needed some chicken and stuff to hit my protein goal. I really still don't eat beef. I don't really eat steak and like I don't even really eat that type of stuff. But that's the only thing that I left behind when I went back to eating chicken and stuff. But that's besides the point. Like I said, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope y'all took a lot of takeaways from this video. And like I said, don't be lazy when it comes to hitting your protein goal. Don't be lazy when it comes to your health in general. Always take the time out to give yourself time to learn something, to give yourself time to work towards something. And for my people who are very, very critical on making sure they hit their numbers accurately, this takes time. So if you are a person that likes to be accurate, that likes to be on point, make sure you give it the time so that eventually you could get to the point where this becomes like you could be able to do this in your sleep. Like I could look at something and like one of my clients will say, oh, I ate this and this and that. I could literally sit there and calculate it in my head how much it is, how many calories it is, how much protein I got, because I have been tracking for so long. So the more you give it time, the more you stick to it, the easier it will get when it comes to hitting your protein goal. So with that being said, y'all already know the drill. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to thumbs up. And if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. And y'all already know the drill. Come back and mess with your girl. Peace out.